Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Catch Up Volume 4060. Welcome to Red United TV. It's your boy Ivor and Spice. We are back at it again with another week. And of course, last week wasn't the best week for Manchester United fans. It was a shit week for us. 2 defeats, a Carabao Cup exit, third round. At the first attempt, you think that, Ollie, the one competition you had, one of the two competitions you could win, the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, they should be going for. Because I don't believe we'll win the Champions League. I don't believe we'll win the league. The one competition that you can win, you flopped it straight away at the first attempt. And then on the weekend, Aston Villa, the team didn't create much, guys. Manchester United fans, Manchester United holics, it is what it is. Welcome to the Catch Up Volume 60, 60th milestone, you get me? Guys, enjoy it. As always, get yourself involved in the comments. And then remember to subscribe, smash that like button. Remember to share. But first, let me introduce you to the guys, the panel. Let me introduce you to my, of course, co-host, Amok. How you doing, brother? How's everything? How was your weekend?
My weekend was all right. So they get that there in it. But it is what it is, fam. It's just been a rough weekend for us. Like Joshua lost 2 games, in 1 week. Like it's been painful still.
Yeah, it has been painful. And let me bring you in another mainstay, Munzi. How you been, bro? Munzi just done his show. Make sure you check it out on Munzi Talks Football.
Just Munzi Talks. Just Munzi Talks now. I've got rid of the football.
Oh my god. But yes, how you doing, Munzi?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, United were in my weekend. I wasn't too bothered about Joshua. He needed a good kicking.
And then let me bring you in Jerome. Jerome, man. How's it been, bro?
Yeah,
how was your weekend?
Yeah, I was out on the weekend. I try not to let the United result ruin my weekend. Obviously, you got a bit confused with the boxing, because if the boxing wasn't on, I would have just had the United result on my mind. So, yeah, it was one of those weekends really where there was other sports that were, trying to take all that heat off United. But because we lost 2 games in a row, it's getting a bit peak at the moment now. So I'm sure we'll get into that.
Yes, we will get into that. And of course, another one he hasn't been on for a very long time, but we'd like to give him a warm reception. It's Big Phil. Big Phil, how's it been since we last seen you? Because I know that a lot of things has changed now for Manchester United. How was your weekend as well?
Well, I did not go to church, but I did get some spirits. That's all I can say. Right? The way my football club, Man United, has been playing, I've had to refill on some spirits. So, thanks for having me back. Let's get this show on the road.
Let's get this show on the road, man. Manchester United fans, strap in, because of course you see the title. The title is it time for a change? You see that there is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the right man, as you can see on my title. Is it time for a change? Whew. Let's go straight into the match first of all, because we're going to look into the game. We're going to dissect, but the second part of the show, we'll leave that for you guys so you guys can enjoy. So if the first thing, get to soak in the boring part of the show, which we get to talk about Manchester United losing to Aston Villa all over again. First, let me get the comments out. Big up to Ollie out. He was the first person who posted his comment before the show even started. It could have been 3 or 4 hours ago. As soon as I slapped it on, I see Ollie was never the man. Straight up, big up Ollie out. Bruno Fernandes says it's time to go. Like the late Claude says, it's time to go. It is time to go. I'm sorry, it is. Neil Kane says, where do Man United go from here? We will definitely address where Man United should go from here. He also says that for me, Ollie needs to go, in my opinion. Bruno Fernandes says Ollie out. And Bruno Fernandes says Arteta in. Good one.
Hey,
good one.
Bruno.
Good one. But let's get straight and start out with me, first of all, on that cap. Manchester United 0, Aston Villa 1, guys. In my opinion, let me get my feelings out first about what I thought of the game. You know what, yeah? nothing surprises me when it comes to Manchester United because again, it's Russian roulette. You just wonder when the trigger's going to hit you, when that bullet's going to hit you in the head. Because it's Russian roulette with Manchester United football. You just never know when you're going to get good football. And it wasn't surprising to see Manchester United struggle to threaten Aston Villa's goal because this is something that I've been saying for I've been saying this for 5 years. I think going back to Jose Mourinho's time, I've been complaining about Manchester United's lack of playing football on the front foot. Manchester United do not play attacking football. Under Ole, it's still defensive football with a bit of freedom, but mainly defensive football. We're always on the back foot, not on the front foot most of the times. So to see Aston Villa come to Old Trafford, a packed stadium full of Old Trafford fans, a star-studded team with Ronaldo there, and not really test the goalkeeper and concede in the last minute, doesn't surprise me at all. And this all goes down to one guy, Yes, we're going to say, oh, yeah, some of the players didn't turn up. But how many times the players do not need to turn up? Week in, week out. It's the same shit. It's the same performance. I will say it to my guys. Same rice, different stew, if you have stew, sauce, or curry, whichever one you want. It's the same taste at the end of the day. It's the same Manchester United, different players, but always be the same taste. The lack of performance that we get from Manchester United, and it pisses me off. Manchester United deserve to lose, and Bruno should have. I'm happy Bruno missed the penalty because why? He would have hit all the flaws if we got a point. It would have hit all the flaws. I'm so glad that Bruno bloody missed that penalty. I'm gonna go straight to you, Amok. I want to hear what was your thought of the game. And then after that, when I get through everyone, then we'll talk about the first half and then we'll talk about the second half and certain players. I think you're on mute.
Yeah, like I was saying, it's really disheartening. And at the same time, I'm happy about this as well. Because we've been saying this months after months. It's just clear that everyone's saying the same thing I've been saying last year. I've said it for 3 years. Ole is not the guy for this club. The evidence are there. There's nothing anyone needs to say or do. I did say if we buy Ronaldo, buy Messi, I don't care who they buy for Ole. Ole can't get the best out of these players. And I personally feel sorry for them kids, like Greenwood. Just the way he played that day, just proved to you that the team needs proper coaching and proper management, which Ole lack both. But at the end of the day, like you said, it's an eye-opener. And I'm really happy as well that Bruno Fernandes missed the penalty. Because if he did score, all the things that we was about to say today, we won't be saying it. But it's just upsetting to see, I got a phone call from my mum in America asking me, are you okay, son? That just said you lost again today. And I was thinking, first time ever. What's going on? It's time to change, though. I've never been Ole in, but it's time to Ole needs to go.
I'm going to move it up to you, Monzi. What did you think? What was your thought on Manchester United as soon as they lost?
Yeah, well, I didn't watch it, but I missed the first half. But I'm glad I did. I wish I missed the whole game, but yeah, it's just as I'm not been Ole in or out, but I'm Ole out now. I've just had enough of it. It's just too much. Do you know what I mean? It's like we lose on Wednesday, then something's going to happen. It's not going to happen, but you can't play. I keep saying you can't play. People saying they're not defensive midfielders. They play like defensive midfielders. McFred, you can't play them. Why? You could have moved Pogba and you needed width. You know what I mean? You needed speed going at them. Don't worry about the defence. We've got the defence now. We seem to still be worried about the same defence. Seems to be worried about defence. It's the midfield that's awful. There's what passed on midfield. Why don't we just go for it? Do you know what I mean? Go for it. They scored 1, we scored 4. Do you know what I mean? But it's just, it was waiting to happen. It's just, it has happened. But yeah, it wasn't great. It didn't start great. Weekend didn't start great. But yeah, I just so frustrated with the way he just picks the team, and then he couldn't change it as good as he wanted to because he had 2 injuries, like Shaw and Maguire injured, and then he puts Cavani on for 7 minutes. What's he going to do in 7 minutes? You know, he probably won't be able to do a shoelace up in 7 minutes. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, just disappointing. Move on to someone else. I'm going to start crying.
Jerome, man, I'm going to pass it on to you, man. Well, what was your thoughts on the game against Aston Villa?
Well, first of all, I was already a bit anxious before the game started. The reason being is that the Villa manager, Dean Smith, he said before the game that he was confident he could go to Old Trafford and win. When you ever hear the opposition team say that they're confident that they can go to Old Trafford and win, not even Pep, Klopp say that. They said that they will try and give it their best, but this guy actually said that he's confident that they can go to Old Trafford and get a positive result and create chances, and that's exactly what they did. So I think that in itself just tells you that we need to change the manager, because even all the rival managers don't even have respect for Ole. They don't even see him seriously anymore. So it doesn't matter what players we have on the pitch, because that was a star-studded lineup that we had that actually started. And for Villa to come there confident to our own patch and create so many chances against us, it was just disappointing to see, really, because as I keep saying, we haven't developed any style of play whatsoever, and because we haven't developed a style of play, we're always going to go into games not knowing what type of performance we're going to get. And I'm just fed up with the fact that we can't control games, no matter where we play, at home, away from home. We're not controlling games. We just keep conceding silly chances. Like, I can't even keep blaming the players all the time. Like, I can say that Maguire played terrible, but because the players don't know what they're doing on the pitch, it's always like that they're going to create errors, individual errors, and we're having too many. It's like every single game, we've always got these individual errors coming up. These are like world-class international stars that are making all these errors and being made to look amateur. And I think that's all down to the manager. So it wasn't even an enjoyable game. It got to the stage where I had to switch over to the Chelsea City game to see how they were doing, because the standard of football being played at United is embarrassing. It's got to a stage where it's even worse than when Mourinho was in charge. Because at least with Mourinho, you knew his style of play. With Ole, we just don't know what the hell he's doing. He said he doesn't even coach the team. He's leaving it to two apprentices to coach the team. And you expect us to actually do something serious on the pitch when he's not even coaching. So if he's not coaching, how is he going to be able to make the in-game management decisions that will help influence the game? It's crazy. We're always talking about the substitutions that he makes as well. It's like he's on the touchline and he's not even reading the game. So yes, it's quite sad to see, really. And what's more concerning is that I don't see the club making any changes anytime soon. It's almost like we have to be all on our knees before the club are going to make a change. What's the point of waiting until we can't qualify for the Champions League or win a trophy before making a change? We need to just act soon to salvage the season.
Yes, that's true. We probably do need to do that, but we'll see what happens with the Glazers. Big Phil, what about you, man? How did you feel about that game against Aston Villa?
So you guys before me that talked, you guys are lucky because you live in England, which means the kickoff in England was about 12:30. I'm reporting live from Toronto in Canada, which means the kickoff for me was 7:30. Okay? So I had to wake up early after playing Call of Duty and FIFA till about 3 o'clock in the morning. And I got about 3 hours sleep. And me, as a United fan that loved this club so blindly, said, you know what? Let me sacrifice some sleep to watch my lovely team play. And that's an hour of 30 minutes I can never get back, right? Don't get me wrong. The lineup was great. Seeing Pogba on the left, seeing Bruno on the cam, seeing Greenwood actually start on the right and Sierra up top. Obviously, with Matt Fred in the middle, we're like a donut, just a hole in the middle, right? So at the end of the day, like that performance, there is no identity, there's no style of play, there's no formula, right? And to me, in my opinion, that's down to coaching, right? I got to ask myself, and I got to ask you guys, what is Michael Carrick, Mike Phelan, and Kenna contributing to this club, right? I see nothing. I see nothing, right? For that 90 minutes, I was absolutely bored. just as your guy said, I had to switch between the Chelsea and Manchester City game. I had to switch in between that game because that game was absolutely boring, right? And just to give a little correction, right? You guys say you're glad that Bruno Fernandes missed the penalty, right? Whether Bruno Fernandes has scored that penalty or not, I was still saying the exact same thing that I'm going to say during the podcast, right? Because that penalty, for me, the eye test does not cover up anything that is going on in the background at Manchester United Football Club, right? I do not know what this coaching staff brings. Some of the players need to hold their hand and be responsible. As much as some players had a good game, if I were the manager or if I were the board, I would deduct all of their wages, weekly wages, and I'm done with that.
He said he's done with that. Guys, let's go straight into it, man. Let's keep this discussion open now. Now let's move it straight into the actual game itself, the first half. Whereas you saw Manchester United do absolutely F all in the first 45 minutes, the fact that Luke Shaw himself got injured and Maguire got injured. One thing I have to say about that game is Ole's decision to not take off Maguire as soon as I saw Maguire get injured, and I can see that he was struggling to move. Like, Ole, listen, this is where top quality coaches make the decision, ruthless decisions. He can tell you thumbs up, I'm fine, but if you can see in your eyes, and I can see it, that he's not fine, you take him straight off. Because I was thinking, oh God, please don't keep him longer, and we concede a goal because of that situation, because of Maguire not being able to be fit enough to run back to chase or whatever, and we concede a goal. It was coming. Luckily, it never came. Maguire as well had a horrible game the first 45 minutes where he gave a bad pass to David De Gea. And I'm glad that David De Gea gave it to him. And then that second half as well, where it was unimpressive. Guys, in the second half, what did you guys think of the first half? And then what did you guys think of the second half? I'm going to throw it to any one of you guys. Go on.
First half is dreadful. It's almost like we don't take that Viagra pill before the first half starts. Like we gotta take that Viagra pill. We have to take that Viagra pill at halftime, right? Sir Alex Ferguson used to give the team the hairdryer treatment, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gives these guys the blue pill, and it's almost like we have to concede before we get going, right? But that first half it's almost like Harry Maguire must make a mistake every single game. Because Raphael Varane, the Red Ninja Turtle, is right next to me. So I must definitely make one mistake and he'll cover me up, right? I swear, every single game this season, Harry Maguire has made a mistake, right? And I'll let you guys have it, man. I'm sorry, man. You guys don't realize I had to wake up at 7 o'clock that morning to watch that abysmal garbage. I'm sorry, man.
You know, that's the thing. We've been having this all season. We haven't played well all season. I can't remember a good performance. Obviously, we beat Leeds comprehensively because we
Can we talk about the game itself?
This game, we always start off slow in this game. So when we started, I don't know what was wrong with Luke Shaw, but he had to come off injured. So I don't know what was happening before the game because that left-hand side, there was just problems. We were just getting run through. And obviously, Maguire made the mistake as well. So we're just like, we're always starting on the back foot. It's almost like we have to be a goal down or that something has to happen before we get going. And I think that's something that's concerning because that's been happening like quite regularly. So that's down obviously to the coaching. He needs to get the team to like, you know, just get going, get the fans going. Like everyone's just watching it nervously, thinking why we're always starting so slowly. So yeah, that's something that we have as a club to work on really.
And another thing that happened in that game, the fact that we was unable to create anything in the second half, especially coming from midfield and also out wide. Our manager decides to bring on Cavani. I know that the crowd was chanting Cavani, but you don't have to listen to the fans. Think for yourself. You bring on Cavani knowing that we're not creating any chances. Ronaldo didn't have a chance in that game. He played shit. You know, he had no service. But you're bringing on Cavani to a team that's receiving no service already. They're giving Ronaldo no service. How about you bring on someone that will create service, create chances, you know? Someone like Sancho that was on the bench. I understand you made your 2 subs, but you could still brought on Van der Beek in midfield to get hold of that midfield and start doing something from midfield, or bring on a Santo to stretch and create chances and cross the ball into Ronaldo. But he lacked that. That's one thing I didn't like about our manager. Ems, I'm going to bring you in. What did you think about that? That our manager just brought in Cavani, knowing that the team is not really getting service.
Bro, let me tell you something, yeah. You don't know what you're doing. You ain't got a clue about the game, bro. I've seen enough, bro. Time for change, bro. Ole out, bro. I've had enough, bro.
Yeah, the game.
Like,
the game.
Oh, the game. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. So I personally feel like I thought it was a joke, like, because I was watching it here. Where was I watching it? I was watching the hotel, and I was like, hold on. We're 1-0 down, and 10 minutes left, and man brings him on to make an impact. It's not enough time, and these substitutions are off. They're off, and I can't understand it. But for me, I just don't know anymore. I don't know anymore, man. I don't know what I can say, man. You know my views and opinions about this man, about his substitutions.
Oh, guys, if you're tuning in as well, remember to smash that like button. Also, remember to share. And let me bring it out some more quotes. I'm going to bring up some Ole quotes coming out from his press conference after the match. Talking about the chances of not being clinical enough, this is what Ole said. I thought we were very good in the transition. Defensively, we won the ball in good positions. We attacked quickly. But when we got up there, the final decision and the final execution and the quality in the pass or the shot or decision wasn't even enough to get the goals. The game ebbed and flowed, and it was probably a good game for the neutral, but unfortunately, we didn't get a goal. He said that he thought that we were very good in transitions. I don't know which transition he's talking about. And defensively, we won the ball in good position and we attacked quickly. Has anyone got anything to say about that?
Now I want to say, Sad. How is he gonna say that when he's never on the touchline watching the actual match? He's always saying. So you know what's saying, yeah? He's making this late substitution. Like you said, he saw Ole Gunnar limping, but he couldn't react. How is he gonna react when he's not actually watching the match? He's always sitting, legs crushed.
Just to touch on what Jake said, right? Whenever I take a trip to England, I gotta find out what kind of material the Old Trafford chair is at, because since Jose Mourinho, nobody has ever gotten out their seat to go on the touchline. Those chairs must be so comfortable. I need to buy one.
It's true.
I gotta buy one.
He sits too much. So how is he meant to understand what's going on, brother? You lot tell me this, because I see other managers, he react quickly to things going on in pitch, like example Klopp or Tuchel or Pep, because they're standing. I want to ask the question: is something wrong with Ole's legs that he can't stand properly, or he can't stand for 90 minutes?
He doesn't have the capability to get up and coach the game and manage it, so he just sits back on his iPad.
Then there you lot go.
So that something's going to happen with his individual quality that he's got to put on.
That's why he says all this bullshit that he's been saying. Like, oh, I think we did this. Yes, last week, Patrick read some of his quote. Jerome, you said everything. I didn't even emphasize on that, Jerome. I agreed with you what you said about Ole. And this week, again, he's chatting bullshit. Like, I don't understand. I just don't understand what's going on.
I think the reason why he does sit there, he has to hide his duty-free bag underneath the thing because he's drinking, he's drinking his JD. Because no way, whatever he just said, I don't know what the hell he was on about. Like,
he just doesn't have. He's actually just exposing himself, really. Like, imagine you're losing, or you're struggling to create chances, and you're just sitting down, and acting like you've got a job at United for life, and you're under no pressure at all. Like, I'll be happy if I saw him that sweating, shouting and screaming on the touchline, looking flustered. At least he's showing some passion and some concern for the team. You're just sitting there thinking, oh, don't worry about it, lads. I've got this job anyway. No one's going to sack me.
I do agree that Ole does sit there thinking that his job is secure. Bro, you should be careful. Your job is not secure. Big up to Bruno Fernandes, who says that we can't keep going into a match not wanting to win unless the other team scores. Ole can't think with his head. And another quote that Ole said regarding the Aston Villa goal, he said, against us, on the corner, you see the inconsistencies again with VAR and the decision making because Ollie Watkins is clearly standing on, or in touching with David De Gea. I don't know what he means by that. Clearly standing onside or touching David De Gea. As the header has gone, so he's offside, or it is a foul. The linesman did well. He reported it or called it in to VAR, but they turned the decision down, and it's a goal. Unfortunately, so bad decisions again. That's exactly what he said. He's literally blaming VAR for conceding that set piece.
But Ivorian Spice, that decision takes about 2 minutes. So you're trying to tell me that for the other 88 minutes, what we can't do anything? We're gonna let 2 minutes of a bad decision make us play absolute crap for 88 minutes? Come on, Ivorian Spice, come on.
Yeah, no, I know. Ollie's a joker, bro.
He chat bullshit. He chat so much shit.
He also said credit to the victors. He said we could have slowed the game down at times. Yeah, like not that we don't play slow football enough. Like the football isn't lethargic enough. But he said saying that we should have and could have slowed the game down at times. But when you have attackers who are very good on transitions with speed and skill, sometimes the decision then was rushed. We didn't have enough control, even though we had 60% possession, 30 shots or whatsoever. But we know Aston Villa are a good team on transitions as well, with Watkins, McGinn, and Jacob Ramsey running forward with the wing backs. But that wasn't what hurt us, though. It was the corner kick at the end, and unfortunately, Bruno Fernandes was the one that was very, very rare miss. He highlight this, but that wasn't what hurt us, though. I swear we got fingered so many times in midfield. That didn't hurt. But that didn't hurt. Being overrun in midfield doesn't hurt.
Can I ask a question? Is this a manager talking, or is this one of the pudding?
This is Ollie's.
It sounds like a pudding.
This is the ManUnited.com.
He sounds like a manager that should be managing a relegation threatened team, bro. You don't make them excuses, bro. We're Man United Football Club.
He can't describe his own game that he just watched.
Yeah, he hasn't got a big club mentality. That's what it is.
Bro, this is why, bro. Bro, this is what I'm saying. Yeah, you gotta sit there and deep it, bro. Yeah, Aston Villa had a better centre midfielder than we did, bro. John McGuinn is better than Fred and McTominay, bro. McGinn showed me how to play centre midfield, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say, bro? Fam, I'll show you that picture, bro. I'll show you in the group chat when the picture when they got both
Yeah, that guy frozen.
I think he's
on the train.
I think he's on the train. Oh,
sorry. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, we can hear you. Finish your. Can you wrap up what you was about to say?
That picture I sent you, yeah. You see when Manfred both went deep to get the football, and there was no one else to come out and get the ball in midfield. You see that? That's like coaching, bro. Yeah. But for me, I'm done with volley, man. I can't take this, bro. It's getting on my nerves, bro. It stresses me, bro.
You got to find out where Ollie lives.
Like we all in the same boat. We all in the same boat. It's emotional.
I want to ask Big Phil a question as well. Can I ask a Big Phil question? Let me look. Big Phil.
Yeah.
You saw Ronaldo play.
Yeah.
0 service. What does that mean? Because a lot of people say, "Oh, Martial, this and X, Y, and Z," and go on. But we've all seen that Manchester United strikers hardly get service. Ronaldo's not getting service. What does that mean?
It's Ivorian Spice. It's almost like I have a phone and I'm in a dead zone and I'm getting no bars. And the solution is I must switch phones. I must take my SIM card out of one phone and put it in another phone and hope that I get service. No, you move away from the dead zone until you see your bars start to move. That Cavani substitution made absolutely no sense, right? As Amoks said earlier in the podcast, we can bring Messi, we can bring Ronaldo, we can bring Lewandowski, we can bring Chuck Norris. I don't care. The system is set up for number 9s at Manchester United not to flourish. Ask yourself this question. Who was our top scorer last season? Bruno Fernandes, a midfielder. Doesn't that bother you?
It does.
Definitely does.
Sure.
Ask yourself
and
that
the
question.
season before that, Pogba.
Yes. Thank you. does not that should register to you guys or whoever is coaching the staff, whoever's coaching the players at Manchester United. Our number nines are not flourishing. Now, don't get me wrong. There were times that Anthony Martial, if you're referring to the West Ham game, there were times he was a bit stagnant and a bit coward, right? I get that, right? But just to go back to the West Ham game, I am not surprised that Ronaldo did nothing in that game. Ronaldo probably got a 4 out of 10, but that's not his fault. It's the service. Nothing.
It's definitely not enjoyable. It's not enjoyable being a number 9 at United, being started. It's not enjoyable at all. If I was there playing there, I'd just be like, what is going on? I think behind the scenes, there must be talks going on because Martial's out of form because he's not getting service. Everyone's criticising Ronaldo, thinking that he's going to be this player that was from 10 years ago. And then obviously Cavani.
Just to interject a little bit, aren't you guys surprised that Man United fans wanted Harry Kane? What's Harry Kane's style of play? To drop deep for the ball and create for himself, right? You guys can't be surprised that United fans wanted Harry Kane. Oh, we have
I don't want Harry Kane.
It would have looked like an expensive luxury to bring Harry Kane in this team.
That's what we have right now, an expensive luxury up front, and it's not. Yeah. It looks like. Ugh. All right, let's move along, guys. Guys, as you're watching, remember to smash that like button, remember to share as well, and of course, let us know what you thought Manchester United's game is. In the comment as well. You know, I'm not doing man of the match or don't give the match. So let's move straight into the main topic of the show. As you can see there, it's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the right man. This is gonna be an interesting one because
my man had to share as well. You know, let the air out.
To look at everything. First of all, let's discuss Ole himself. What has been the positives and what has been the flaws? Yeah, I'm gonna get the positive out the way because we're not here for the positives. Yeah, because right now it mainly is the flaws. The positive being in that he came into a job where the atmosphere was toxic, players were unhappy, players were on lastminute.com contracts. He came to a club where Jose Mourinho was. He came and transformed the club. He gave us hope. There was a moment there when we drew PSG with Mourinho in charge. We thought we're not making it, and he done stuff. He done a miracle. From there, everyone sang Ole at the wheel. That was the mistake. Another mistake was Rio Ferdinand, after that win against PSG, telling on live national TV, sign a damn thing, make him sign a thing. That made Woodward believe that, you know what, I'm going to give this guy the contract. He's the one. Yeah. Although they wanted to search properly and wait. Ended up with having Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The moment he signed his contract, we started losing. We lost. Went to the next season, had ups and downs. We had a period where we wasn't even doing well, and then we done okay. The following season again, started off bad, went down there, went back down there, and then went back down there. It's been up and down. It's been a roller coaster. It's been we've been at Fort Park, Chessington, you know, whatever you call it, Disneyland Paris, Disneyland Florida. We've been on so many rides with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, up and down rides, you know. With that, with him being there, he's been able to help players sign new contracts, you know. Martial signed a new contract. Phil Jones at that time signed a new contract as well. He got players like Bruno in, Paul Pogba back to his playing, not to his best, but playing and being happy again. He done that. He got rid of certain players like Lukaku, Sanchez, and etc. A lot of dead weight players, and put Man United to have a squad that should be competing, and there's balance there now.
Yeah,
that's the good things. He's made everyone happy. Manchester United is now a happy club, you know. People can come in the morning and be like, "Hi, you're happy? Yes, I'm happy. How was your weekend? I'm happy. Even though we don't win, I'm still happy." You know, everyone in the whole factory, the whole Carrington and everyone's happy. The coaches are happy. No one challenges each other. You know, no one challenges each other at Old Trafford. It's all good. But now let's look at the flaws. You know, because the positive is not all that, you know. That's what you're supposed to do as a manager, you know. You're supposed to do all of that kind of stuff, you know. Fix things. That's what you're there for, to fix things. So I'm not surprised that the flaws are, look at this guy, in-game management. He's been there for 3 years, spent over 400 million, 0 trophies, 1 final.
441 million to be exact, yeah.
So 441 million to spend, nothing to show. Inconsistent football. defensive football, no attacking. He lied to us. He said he was going to play the Manchester United way. I don't think he knows what the Manchester United way is, my personal opinion. Yeah. Also,
I
again,
agree.
I said in-game management, playing style. His coaches are shit, and he doesn't acknowledge the fact that his coaches
That's
are
right.
shit. Yeah. I want to go straight to you, Ems. Yeah. You're gonna be on that camera straight away.
Wrong
I
black.
know, wrong. No. Just that, when you press that button, yes, Ems. Let's start off with the flaws.
What's going on?
What are the problems
Yeah.
of Oli? Let's start off with the flaws.
I think his late substitution, the wrong players to pick in certain games, i.e. against Villa. There's no need for Matt Fred, as you know. And you don't have the in-game management like they're the main issues I have. Yeah. And then I think he takes too long to react. Do you know what I'm saying? I was sitting there, needs to change that, and I reckon he's changed his coaching stuff as well, and change the way the defense set pieces because we have problems. I've said it for the past 2 seasons, so that's what I would say. That's my flaws, Oli. Anyway, I don't know about you lot, but that's my flaws.
That's your flaws. Amok, what about you? What's your concern? What's the flaws? What's Oli's flaws?
Like, one of my biggest concern is, why is it always sitting? No, I've always been really try hard to understand why as a manager it was sitting. Like, I was born in Africa. We grew up with this system that you're older, or the person who control the house is your role model. Is who you look up to. When they say wherever, you got to listen and do whatever you've been asked to do. Only in contrast, we're living in a modern society and we're living in the West, right? Only you in charge of this club. Why are you always sitting down? We could all sit here and say all these other flaws about Oli, but if he was actually active, like in terms of movement, like understanding his players, like let me go back. I think it was the West Ham match. I saw Sanchez and Greenwood doing, and Martial, they were doing some little passes that actually find cute, but the ball wasn't going behind both of them. As a manager, when you see that, all you gotta do you know what? I think these two players can do this, and we can open this defense. So let me do this. But if you're saying that, how are you gonna see that? I'm watching it from home. I just saw that, but there's too many flaws. That the only thing I can emphasize on, why is it always sitting? Because that just says it all for me.
It's a sitting, you know. To be fair, if you train your team, it's up to you how you want to manage, whether it's on the touchline or by
the best of the best don't even wear suit like that. They got trackies on.
I'm gonna move it up to you, Monzi. I want to hear what you have to say. What are all these flaws to you?
Well, I think in-game management's the worst. Just, you know, you can wait. You can sit there and put your watch on, say, right, 70 minutes, yeah, substitution, 60 or 65 substitution. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it was the West Ham game when he put Langer left back. What the hell? I don't know who told him that. I don't know if Mike Phelan told him that, because you know Mike Phelan probably didn't tell him that. He's probably too busy taking pictures from Twitter and Instagram. That's all he seems to do. But yeah, I can't. You know, his in-game management's awful. You know, he needs someone to help him. He's got no one there helping him. You'd have thought Mike Phelan would have helped him, but as you said, you know, before, I think when Carlos Queiroz was in there, that's when we played the best sort of football. And then, of course, when Mike Phelan come in, yeah, we were winning the league, but it wasn't great football. I just don't see it. You know, Mike Phelan went and tried to be a manager at Sunderland and done crap. Do you know what I mean?
Real Madrid as well, too.
Yeah, shouldn't be like, you know, and it's just so blatant to see. I was giving him a chance. I was thinking, yeah, start of the season, I thought, yeah, this is doing all right. Yeah, the football's a bit better. Do you know what I mean? We were winning. But now we're losing. Like, now we lost 2 games on a trot. All right, West Ham's not really, League Cup's not really a major thing, but that's a cup we can win. But I think all pressure's on him. If he loses against Villarreal, all the pressure's on him. But I still think the pressure's on him now. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's got to go. Time to go.
Spice, Monzi is a bit quiet. Months of all people.
No,
It's a
because
bit quiet
you're gonna
today.
go. There's a lot of things to cover. There's a lot of things to cover. There's no point just having your emotions out. There's a lot of things we're gonna cover. We want you to be composed because
No,
when you're
no, no.
composed, you
Mon's
can
always
say
got them
things.
little cheeky words, them little
Ah.
bants and that. He's actually quiet. Mon's are missing you, know.
Big Phil, what about you? What's your concerns? What's Ollie's flaws to you?
He's not ruthless enough. I mean, you spent around 10 years under Sir Alex Ferguson. It doesn't get more ruthless than that. The guy threw a shoe at David Beckham for crying out loud, right? It doesn't get more ruthless than that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Michael Carrick, Mike Phelan, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You spent years under Sir Alex Ferguson. You saw how his in-game management was. You saw how his substitutions were. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you're none of the super sub. How come you don't make subs?
He must have a hatred for substitutes. He hated being a sub. That's why he doesn't make subs.
That's all I can say. The guy is not ruthless, and the coaching staff behind him is absolutely clueless. No, I won't give other people on the panel to talk.
Yeah.
I want to give people.
All right, we'll come back. Jerome, what about you, man? What are all these flaws to you?
His main flaw is he doesn't have a style of play or any sort of philosophy. Anytime he's asked a question, he always evades it and comes up with some other ridiculous story or theory. So without a style of play, we're not going to be able to control games or know what kind of performance we're going to get. That's why we're always inconsistent. So it's been at the club nearly 3 years and we've never had any form of consistency to enable us to challenge for trophies. So I don't think we've ever won like 8 games in a row. And even 8 games in a row is not even enough to even win a league. Like I think last time City won, I think what last season was it 15 games in a row they won. We haven't even got to 10. Like we're not capable of winning consecutive games like that. And also, one of my main concerns is that for some reason, he keeps playing players that are out of form. So Maguire's been rubbish all season, still keeps him on the pitch, still makes him a starter. Fred's been terrible. For some reason, Ollie's always in a hurry to get him when in the starting 11. He was in a hurry to get McTominay back. You couldn't have brought him back quick enough. And what the thing is that Fred partnership hasn't worked. We all saw that it didn't work last season. We didn't win anything. It wasn't a success. And what is he doing? He's playing with Fred again. He's doing exactly the same thing he did last season. And he's thinking that he's going to be successful. It's almost as if he doesn't have any common sense. Like it's not even culture, that's common sense. You did something last season that failed miserably. And you're doing the same thing again and expecting a different result. Like, it's actually quite embarrassing. That's what we're actually slowly but surely turning into the next bank. Literally, we spent all this money and we're not doing anything. So yeah, those are my main concerns, and there's many, but those are the ones that stick out.
Yeah, we'll definitely get back into that, man. You know, one thing I've got to say, one thing that concerns me about Ollie is that I don't think he's the right man in terms of developing players. He lacks the ability to tell players the things that they're doing wrong. Like for example, the fact that Mason Greenwood was chopping in step overs, and not really passing the ball to Ronaldo, who was open. He done that quite a few times, and you'll think, as a manager, you'll go to Mason Greenwood and say, "What the hell are you doing?" Like shaking, like, "Don't do that again. Next time you pass." But he failed to do that. Rashford last season, which I keep saying, because I call him Marcus Crashford, Rash Bandicoot, because he runs into things. Why don't you tell him that? Do you tell him that, Marcus, you run into things? Can you stop doing that? Can you stop charging at players and run into things? You don't do that. McTominay, unable to pass. Fred, unable to pass. You don't look at the kind of thing. You know when he's having a poor game, he doesn't take him off. Again, Rashford, when he has a poor game, doesn't take him off. Yeah. That's one thing. He's not ruthless enough.
Not ruthless.
One thing that Big Phil said, he's not ruthless enough to tell these players, stop doing this, stop doing that. So, why? Because you're too nice. You're Mr. Nice Guy. You know, nice guys finish last, Oli, and you're a prime example. You're gonna finish last. You know, you will finish last, Oli, but you're gonna get sacked. And when you get sacked, I bet you're gonna be smiling. You're gonna tell my man, thank you for the opportunity you've given me. You know, shake everyone's hand because you're nice. Stop it, bro. Just be ruthless, bro. Be ruthless. We're in a game, especially when you're at Manchester United as a manager. To be at the top, there's no there's no such thing as sentiment. Look at Pep Guardiola, the way he treated Aguero. Look at that. He's a dickhead. But he's winning. There's no such thing as sentiment, bro. It's ruthless aggression, you know. John Cena style. You get me, guys? Let's talk about in-game management now, because his in-game management cost us so many games. We've got Villarreal, we've got Chelsea, we got last week, we got Young Boys. Those are the reason why we also think that Oli shouldn't be in charge, because a manager at Manchester United should have high level of in-game management. We should be up there because we should have the best. What do you guys think about the playing style now?
What playing style? What playing style?
No.
What? No, seriously. What playing style? Ivorian style.
Exactly. What do you guys think of the non-existent playing style? We don't know what it is.
It's embarrassing.
I don't know.
It's free stuff. It's free stuff.
I said it.
It doesn't need coaching.
I don't know. But I think you look go on the touchline and do a better job.
Do you know what it is? It's like no one can really say nothing because the flaws is all there. You can't say nothing because we've been saying the same thing over and over.
I can't say anything. I can't say anything that I can't see. It's like John Cena. I can't say anything.
And B, you just said it. Oh yeah, you said he can't manage Greenwood, like what he was doing the other day. Like I got upset with that. As a manager, that's one of the attributes. I promise you, certain players were scared to do skills on the Mourinho. They can't do too much skills. Certain players didn't even want the ball because they know what Mourinho do up to them after football. But I know that made them feel upset. They didn't want to play under the guy. It changes certain things. But you cannot spoil. Like it's just like kids. You can't give your kids too much facility, too much opportunity to do whatever they want. I promise you, they're gonna go out there and do something stupid because my mom didn't let me do it. And so if you're not seeing all of this, what style has he got to this club? He's been there for 3 seasons. Like this is Monzi don't get upset with me, but
Monzi,
I was watching
from you. You're a bit quiet there.
I was watching the Tottenham match here. As much as I think
here we go.
I saw a system. I saw something. I can take that as a fan. As a football fan, I can take that. But you know what's upsetting? You watch your team play, you don't see nothing. All you see is Pogba, Bruno, Greenwood, Martial, Rashford, and all these players, high quality players. This ain't your normal players. So like, you lot said ruthless, yeah, but I said competent. I was just gonna be nice. He's not competent. I've been always saying this. Ole's not competent enough for this job.
You want to know something? I see a comment over a lot of United fan channels. Whenever the panel is doing like a preview for a match, right? Everybody says, oh, it's going to be a tight game, this and that, right? Everybody says it's going to be a tight game because you never know what Manchester is going to show up on the day. Everton this weekend is at 7:30 again this morning. And stupid me is going to wake up at 7 o'clock again to watch Manchester United Football Club. Stupid me. I do not know what Manchester United football is going to show on that day. I don't know what to expect. Are we going to get the Leeds game? I don't know. Are we going to get the West Ham game? I don't know. Honestly.
It's just.
But we're saying this, you know, Ole always win after he gets under pressure. They might turn up that day and smack something. We've seen this.
But Amoks, you're the manager of Manchester United. You are immediately, by default, under pressure.
This is what I've been saying. We are united. Are we dealing with that reputation? And do you know what upsetting? I got 12 years old little brother. He's 13. I showed him Ollie's Wikipedia page. Just as a manager, what you've won, what you done for yourself. My 12-year-old brother got upset that we've got Ollie at the
What's going
club.
on?
You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things to say. And even you see, this is the beginning of this, I think, the second game in the league. They actually on Sky Sport, I can't remember who it was. They took Manchester United out of the competition, like for the trophy. Yeah? Do you know why? Just because of our manager. So this just says it all. Like we could all sit here, debate, but we all know deep down our heart that this guy's not good enough. And do you know what I'm saying all of this now, yeah? Because I've been saying it again for the past 3 years. I ain't never been all in. I've seen it from afar. It's gonna cause us more stress.
It will cause us much. Let me add one thing. I've got today's tweet coming out from Simon Stone because the whole media's talking about it now. Everyone's on Ollie's ass now. They're finally woken up. Oh, this guy's really is dead. Like he honestly is dead. Like Simon Stone tweeted the bullish noise in pre-season out of the club about progress that Man United have made under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Don't hide facts. This is his third full season plus. Club must compete for trophies at least. Still early, but 5 points drop out of one
100.
competition. Losing start in another is a poor considering opposition. People on him now. They've even written a post already about him. Samuel Lockhurst as well has written on him as well. That is he the right man? Everyone is doing a YouTube on Ollie as we speak.
Why do we have to wait after 3 years plus? I've been saying this from the get-go. We made the mistake by giving this guy the job. My thing in life is, how are you going to employ me to look after a whole team, but I ain't got a staff member to help me? I just came on my ones.
But how long are they going to give him? I mean, you can see him like wait until blooming January.
Let me just read this tweet. Let me just read the comment out. Adnan Nazri says that it's not all Ollie's fault. Greenwood was a madness. All those experienced players shouldn't have put him in his place. Do you know what? Yeah, it is. I'm tired of it. You know, I was saying to the other guys last week. I was like, guys, you need to look at the player performance, But why am I saying this when the performance is always the same? I'm gonna look at the management now because all roads lead to the dugout. Because I've been telling the management, yo, but these guys are shit. It's not Ollie's fault that Fred can't make a 5-yard pass. It's not his fault that Wan-Bissaka got sent off and Lingard made the wrong pass. No, bro. I've been seeing the same shit every week, the same performance every week. That's when I'm like, you know what? It's the same performance. I need to stop looking at the management now and the coach. Forget that. I'm tired. I'm going to say it's Ollie's fault now. It's his fault. He's in charge of this team. And the team doesn't perform week in, week out. Again, I said, it's Russian roulette with Manchester United. You put that gun, you spin it. You don't know when you're going to go lights out. You know?
Sure.
You're wondering when are you going to go lights out like this? I think it's going to be now. Nah. That's the thing about Manchester United's performance in football.
Bro,
you just never know where you're getting.
Now,
let's talk about the coach. Can we, guys? Let's talk about the coaches because we're coming close to an hour. The coaches he has as well, because they're also a fault. Needs to go as well.
They're a bunch of jokers, man. Bunch of jokers.
Yeah. Ollie says that he doesn't coach.
Clowns, bro.
Carrick and McKenna to coach. And they're very inexperienced at the highest level.
But who is this McKenna? Did they pick him up from Sainsbury's or something? Because I don't know who he is.
Yeah, Josie still don't know who
McKenna is.
It's crazy. It's actually
take him back. If they got the receipt, take him back.
This just answered my question, though. Why are you employing someone that came by themselves without an entourage to help them out?
You've got a bunch of amateurs managing the club.
Come on.
Adna says Carrick is there. And also another question, guys. Has Ollie done all he can for Manchester United and it's time for him to just... Has he done all he can?
Yeah, he's reached his ceiling.
Can I answer that? Can I answer
Go on then.
Bro, I think obviously he's reached his ceiling because he had the chance to win a flipping trophy and man couldn't do it, bro. He should have been sacked that same day we didn't win that trophy, bro. But instead, it's rewarding him with failure. And I don't like that. It gets on my nerves. It's annoying, it's unthinkable that you can reward failure. If this was Real Madrid, yeah, do you think they could go to final and lose it and reward a manager a new contract? Are you out of your mind? Bro,
That's the thing. The standards have dropped.
bro, don't move like.
The club have allowed the standards to drop.
Well, trust me, don't get it twisted, yeah. He's done a good job. But where we want to get to win trophies and that, he ain't the man, he's out of his depth. So for me, he should have been gone. But now the pressure's on. Every game, the pressure is on because we didn't win the Europa League. And now man should have gone for the League Cup. Because obviously, every trophy counts, innit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Now, guys, I want to go through every single one of you and then ask who would be your ideal replacement for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You can say why, you don't have to, but you can just let me know before we wrap it up, innit? Because we've come to the hour mark. So I'm going to start off with you, Jerome.
Yeah, I'm going to say, at this point, Zidane will be my ideal replacement. The reason being is that he's already got experience at the highest level. You can't get any higher than Real Madrid because the pressure there is just insane. He's got experience of managing superstar players. So he'll already have that authority coming into the club, and he's already someone that's got experience of making decisions and making tactical changes in games, and he's quite flexible in his playing style. So he'll be able to mix it up. He can play position-based football. If he feels that he needs to sit back a bit, he can do that. He's adaptable. So that's one of the reasons why I would like him to be the replacement. And of course, he's got experience of winning major trophies as well.
And I'm more about you. Who would you like to be Ole's replacement?
I would say Zidane as well. And the reason why I would say that, because obviously we've got a young squad. And most of these players looked up to this fandom. Like, this is like idol for them. So you having someone like Zidane in your camp, like just like Ronaldo, we all got excited that the king is back. Zidane would just help these players. Like you mentioned before, is Ole good enough to improve these young players? No. But like Greenwood, Rashford, Martial, these other players, you see, there is a better opportunity for them to get better because they're playing under someone that's won it all as a player, won it all as a manager, and at least he's got tactics, he's got a philosophy they plays with. So at least we know what he's going to do.
And of course, let me move it on to Big Phil. What about you, Big Phil?
I've been an admirer of Erik ten Hag for at least the last probably 2 to 3 seasons now, right? How he has his Ajax boys playing, and don't get me wrong, he already knows that Ajax is like a selling club. So like, you know, Lit went, De Jong went, Van de Beek went, and other players around Ajax. But the way he has brought players into this Ajax system, not only for the Eredivisie, but also in Europe. The way how Ajax plays, whether it's in the Europa League or Champions League, you can see that there's some sort of philosophy implemented, right? And I don't see him as a manager that's going to sit down for 90 minutes in the seats at Old Trafford. He's probably going to be walking up and down the touchline every 15 minutes to get the best out of those players, right? And if you're doing crap like a Bruno Fernandes or whoever, I don't care what your ego is. Get off. So Erik ten Hag for me.
Monty, what about you? Who would you want to come in?
No,
not Nuno, no, because I think he's done a good job at Spurs. I'd like Diego Simeone. He'd be like, he'd just give them a kick up the backside they all need. He wouldn't care. You know what I mean? He wouldn't care about who Fernandes is, who Ronaldo is. I don't think he'll ever leave Atletico Madrid, but we need someone that, you know, hopefully he can bring, you know, his philosophy, or, you know, even he should just to be fair, I don't care who comes in, really. Just someone better than Ollie. Just had enough. You know what I mean? I've just had enough.
Munzi, this ain't you though. This is not Munzi. This ain't Munzi.
M's in the dark. What about you, man? Who would your ideal
Yo,
replacement be for Oli?
bro. Do you know what's funny? Yeah, all
Batman.
these coaches you mentioned, they're all better than Oli, bro. Even the Ajax coach, bro. It's mad, isn't it? Bro, we've got the potentially the worst manager in the Premier League. By the way, I'm gonna say I'm conflicted between Zidane and Conte, but I'm gonna go for Zidane because I think Zidane, he's ballsy in it. Like, he makes big decisions, like Gareth Bale. He didn't fancy him. See you later, innit? So I don't think he takes nonsense, and he'll play attacking football. So and obviously 4 Champions Leagues, isn't it? Was it 3? 3 out of 4, innit?
3.
Champions League, right?
3
Yes,
in a row.
3.
That's good.
Straight.
Yeah, three as a
And you know
manager, one as a player.
And you know what is, yeah? I don't care what anyone tells me. When you've got a CV, yeah, you traditionally get more time and more belief from other people to believe that they're going to be successful. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think we should take a chance with Zidane. If you can speak English, then why not? But me, I'm going for Zidane, innit? But Conte would not have been a bad shot because he's got credentials as well, innit? If you had to choose, it, Zidane, innit?
Okay. Well, let me get back to myself. Me, definitely, I would like to see Zinedine Zidane come in. I wanted Zidane when the opportunity arose for Manchester United to get Zidane, especially when Oli wasn't doing well. Even when he was linked to Poch, I still wanted Zidane. Because of why? Because of course I've watched Zidane, I've watched that Real Madrid team. I see that at times he does draw that team because there was a particular moment when Real Madrid looked like a very, very good team, especially when they was winning those Champions League in a row. They looked so good, especially against us in the Super Cup as well. They looked like a well-drilled team, you know. On top of that, he's tactically astute. He makes decisions that impacts the game. You know, I saw that in the Champions League as well. It's not even that. It's just the name, Zinedine Zidane. It's right for Manchester United, the theatre dream, to have a player of that name, Hollywood. You know, and you know what it will do? It will inspire young players as well. Because I was saying this to my guys, they will be asking Zidane, how did you score that goal against Leverkusen in the final? What technique did you use? You can't ask Oli what the hell did you use. He tapped it in. He had no technique. He had nothing. He tapped it in. You can't ask technique on that. But Zidane's a different story. That was Oli against Leverkusen, the technique and everything. You can learn from that. And of course, you'll hang on the young players will hang on all these words. Every single word, they'll just hang on it because they're Zinedine Zidane. And the players that play for Manchester United as well, the senior players, will have huge respect. They want to learn from him because it's Zinedine Zidane. Get me? And any player that any player that Zidane wants, the players will go because why? It's Zinedine Zidane.
And it's
There's
Manchester United.
You know, and it's Manchester United on top. But again, I will say again, because Manchester United don't hold that weight and name anymore. Zinedine Zidane will be the reason why they join us. It'll be the reason first.
No,
Just
true
the
that.
meeting with Zinedine, your idol, football idol. Like
That's
that.
my idol, though.
Yeah.
I'll be the most proud fan.
Yeah,
Guys,
just to add to that, we won't be missing out on players like Haaland and Jude Bellingham.
Trust me.
They want to play for Zinedine Zidane.
I'm gonna add one more thing, right? Ivorian Spice. It take any manager can win a Champions League with a team, right? But then it takes a specific manager to manage and motivate those players to win a Champions League again. And then it takes an iconic manager to say, you know what? Yo, we won the Champions League back to back. Let's win it again.
They were singing back to back again. They didn't even know if they were supposed to sing it 3 times. They were confused out of that moment.
It's
It
true.
made no sense to them. But big up to you guys. Of course, guys, Big Phil, as always, let me end the show by asking people to plug themselves in. Where can the people find you?
Yeah, for sure, guys. Just started a new Instagram today, and it's called @Fabrizio Romano. Right, so give it a like, give it a follow, and for some reason, Instagram is limiting me as to how many people I can follow in a day. So if you guys follow now, I promise you, I will follow you back tomorrow for sure. You have my word.
They actually do that sometimes.
Yeah,
the amount of likes
they limit you.
They limit you.
Not.
Where can the people find you?
Well, they always find me here every Monday. They always find me here every Monday. That's for Shizzle. And of course on Instagram, PrayFlaco_16. You see me here with Monzi.
And Jerome, where can the people find you?
Yeah, you can find me on here, this channel, most Monday evenings, I should say, due to work. But you can search for me on Instagram on the username jwilliams_1.
Munzi, yourself, where can the people find you?
Yeah, you can find me on here every Monday. Also, you can find me on my channel at Monday Talk. Yeah, so we'll discuss football, wrestling, NFL, Ollie out, all that rubbish. But yeah, I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch, all the same at Monday Talk.
And Ems, as he's walking inside, he's finally home. You know, we was watching over him. You know, we was his guardian angels. You know, he made it home safe with our watch. Anyone that tried to attack you, we would have saw everything. You know, you had 5 witnesses.
Live stream.
We would have saw everything.
I'm home.
Like, we would have we saw, and it was live as well.
Cheers,
So
guys.
like,
Cheers.
but yes, where can the people find you?
But this is why you got to know the dedication. How I went to the top. The people can find me, which is ems.w.doms, right? And then Twitter is emsdoms. I think that's correct, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Wow.
And of course, guys, you can find me on this channel every Mondays at 8 p.m. and also your Fridays, of course, at 9 p.m. I will be doing something exclusively to the people that watch it on Facebook, which I'll try and do it as often as I can, 3 or 4 times or 5 times in a week. I am busy with other shows and being on other shows as well. Of course, you can remember to follow the official Instagram account of Red United TV, which is Red United TV1, and also the official TikTok account of Red United TV, which is Red United TV, and my own personal Instagram account, which is @Ivorian_Spice. Same on the Twitter and also on the Snapchat. As always, remember to subscribe, smash that like button. We'll see you next week. Thank you for tuning in. Let us know what you thought as well of the match. Also about Ollie as well. Comment below as always. And we'll see you next time, guys. You get me? Love from everyone on the show. And we shall see you next week.
Yeah, see you later.